At this time, the Valedictorian, Gardenia Contreras, and our Salutatorian, Curtis Trammell, will open the graduation gate, and senior advisors, Talitha Arnberg and Monty Johnson, will lead the graduating class of 2014, 353 strong. Now will you please rise and welcome the class of 2014. As the Sunnyside High School Orchestra and Band play Pomp and Circumstance, conducted by Mr. Bruce Walker.
Okay.
Breaking it.
Hi. Peace and love, homie. You can't smile.
Oh!
I was
surprised. Stabbing in the middle. Oh wow.
Congratulations. Thank you, Mr. Gracias. Good.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But now
Oh, that happened.
At least.
Oh, what?
Chris! Chris!
Where are you? Oh!
I'm seeing Chris.
Oh, I see Chris.
Oh, that's that Chris. They're calling you Chris.
Got you on extended time there.
Right there. For some reason, they were just
So
natural
right.
reaction. Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
At least.
There's us.
Right there. Man.
Don't be embarrassed, please. I love you.
Oh my god, Jessica. I'm like, oh my god. You already got Eric?
Yeah.
How's my lip? It's the red?
Gotcha.
What up,
I did,
man?
I mean it.
Yeah. Trippy.
Hit me up.
oil.
Oh yeah, here's me. You're the man. You are the man.
You're the MVP.
You're the real MVP.
Fuck that camera.
Beautiful.
What's up, Mr. Museman?
Congratulations. Camera hog.
Hey, you're not fat. Oh.
It's okay, you're not bad. No.
Ooh!
Selfie, let me take a selfie.
I see you.
I want to make sure.
It's not that hot today.
Perfect out.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sure.
You're welcome.
Bye. Oh, Dylan. Hey, come to class sometime.
God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Before we honor the 353 students seated before us, we're going to spend a few minutes to honor 5 Sunnyside High School alumni who were inducted into your Wall of Fame at a banquet earlier this evening. I thought it would be appropriate to ask one of our past inductees to introduce this year's Wall of Fame honorees.
Think back over the last couple of years, the last 3 or 4. As you walk down the halls of Sunnyside High School, there were some pictures of some very special people looking down at you. Maybe you've noticed those people. Maybe you've even met and know some of them. Just like you, though, years ago, some of them many years ago, sat in, at least symbolically, the very same chairs you're sitting in tonight. Just like you, you're 17, 18, maybe 19 years old, wondering what life has in store for you. These people were blessed with the foundation for success by a very dedicated staff and faculty here at Sunnyside High School. Just like you, their full lives were ahead of them. And they represent some of the best things that Sunnyside High School has to offer. I am very confident that in just a very short time, just a few years, someone will be up here announcing some of your names to be inducted into the Wall of Fame.
Graduates, at the beginning of the school year, I asked you, I said, what legacy would you want to leave at Sunnyside High School? The relevance of this question still remains. Where you choose to go from here and the actions you take will determine the legacy you leave behind. When you leave the security of Sunnyside High School, what will be said about the choices you have made? Some of you will be remembered for your inability to get to first period on time, or your 10-minute walk from the Commons all the way to the 300 building, while many of you will be remembered for the difference you made at Sunnyside High School and your desire to leave the school better off than when you arrived 4 years ago. What choices have you made during your 4 years that will forever be embedded in our memory? No matter what choices you made and make in the future, you will have to live with them. Remove the high school staff and your parents from the equation, and you're left with the most powerful and most frustrating and inspiring fact around. The way we behave and what we ultimately do comes down to one thing: choice. Regardless of the circumstances of your situation or the stature in your life, you get to choose the attitude you exhibit. Class of 2014, you choose where you go from here and how you get there. You take with you all that you've learned throughout the 4 years in the Sunnyside High School and the memories you take with you when you leave. These experiences will help form the person you choose to become. Every staff member here tonight has in some way, shape, or form impacted you, and they have in essence become part of you. Everyone here will be with you forever. Your past is always with you, and your future is yet to be made. Remember where you were, and be hopeful to where you will go, and be true to yourself. In the words of Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, the noise of others' opinions drown out your inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Class of 2014, follow your heart. Your life is in front of you, and you are masters of your own destiny. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll get right to my point. Everyone wants to hear advice when they graduate. So here's the advice I have to give. Keep moving. Simple enough, yet it can help in all aspects of your life. It's good advice when trying to lose weight or when trying to get work done. Don't stop, or it's hard to get moving again. Objects at rest tend to stay at rest, while objects in motion tend to stay in motion. A very fundamental law of physics. Yet so many people grow complacent and stop where they feel comfortable. That is the biggest mistake. To stop where it is comfortable, but not truly where you want to be. 4 years ago, the graduation rate was 49%, and more than likely, that's where our class was heading to. Our school had grown complacent. We had grown complacent. To start moving again after stopping for so long is no easy task, especially for over 400 teenagers that have trouble just moving out of bed in the morning. But we did it. We got moving again, and we kept moving. We did the impossible. That's another thing that everyone wants to hear at graduation, that they will be doing the impossible. I honestly think that this year's graduating class can do the impossible. Never before have so many people and students wanted to go off to college to be engineers or programmers. To an engineer, doing the impossible is just a matter of having the right blueprints, and to a programmer, the right keystrokes on a computer. For those of you who know where you are heading, go for it. For those of you who do not yet know, remember to keep moving, don't slow down, and don't stop. Because the teachers here have kept pushing us, we are moving on. Moving towards our own goals, moving towards what makes us happy, and that is just one more thing that everyone wants to hear at graduation, that they will be happy when everything is said and done. And if you keep moving towards your goals, everything else will follow.
Primeramente, tengo que darle gracias a Dios, a mis padres, a mis compañeros y a los maestros, porque sin ustedes no estaría aquí donde estoy hoy. Así que muchas gracias. Before I begin, I would like to thank God, my parents, my classmates, and my teachers, because without you, I wouldn't be where I'm standing here today. So thank you. Now, class of 2014, as promised, my speech, okay? So, the first one says, be unstoppable. Don't give up on yourself. Don't try harder, do harder. Inspire envy. Okay, the second one. This one's good. This one says, so fresh and so clean, this is the class of 14. Okay, I think I'm gonna buy more of these. One more thing before I begin. I'd like for you to take a moment for you to please add me on Snapchat, Garden14, and follow me on Twitter, Garden_Jazz, because I know you guys are probably gonna be recording or tweeting. So, okay? Now, in all seriousness, class of 14, look how far we have come. It's been a long but short road, and I, for one, am glad I got to walk it with you all. From freshman year, oh memories. Our year, the year we finally entered the real deal, where the lunch would be better, where we would be able to turn in late work, and where we could actually be cut from a sport or join a club, where the upperclassmen called us stupid freshmen for things they usually did. And even with all of that, I'm not gonna lie, it was a pretty legit year. Then, the year ended, and we weren't freshmen anymore. We were sophomores, where all I remember is the history. Oh, and AP World History. And just like that, the year ended. I'm telling you, sophomore year was kind of a blur. Summer came, and we were halfway through, done with high school. Junior year came, and that's when the respect from the freshmen sophomores came. We were no longer underclassmen. We had the opportunity for open campus, and to decorate for prom. Friendships strengthened, others weakened. Some were lost, and some were formed, but we managed to pull through. Then, senior year came, and we were at the top of the chain. And whoever said senior year was chill, yeah, right. We had to plan for our future, where we wanted to go to college, and how we were gonna pay for it. Senior projects and the rush to get things done, realizing that we no longer were gonna be in that sport or club we had been in so long. Oh, and congrats to our senior soccer boys, way to represent at state. Yeah! To the track state representative, Elijah, way to go. And to every other sport and club, whether it was districts, regional, state, internationals, or just hosting an event, you guys have shown what Sunnyside is capable of. Another realization is that once the next school year begins, we won't be walking into that first day pep assembly to kick off the year. By the middle of our senior year, things became serious and we had the major responsibility. And some of us also had struggle with senioritis, which let me tell you, kills. But now we're here in the middle of Clemson, ready to face the future. Today, June 6, 2014, once we turn that tassel over, we are no longer kids. We become adults. And although it may be scary, I know that we are ready. Whether we are going into the military, workforce, tech school, community college, or university, just remember to always follow your dreams, because your biggest obstacle is yourself. And if you don't know what you're doing with your life, take it day by day, because this is the time to change your mind. Make mistakes and take risks. We are ready for what is out there. And if we aren't, then we'll find a way. I mean, come on. We have already shown that this is our house. Thank
you. He has given Sunnyside High School a great example of what it means to value education. It is my honor to introduce the faculty speaker chosen by the graduating class of 2014, Mr. Jeff LeBrant.
I'd first of all like to say that I'm so honored to be chosen to speak. And I'd like to begin by thanking the administration and then certainly you guys, the senior class, for choosing me to speak to you tonight. But first, let me take a selfie. I always wanted to do that. Let me begin by saying that I am truly honored to be your speaker. And I would also like to thank our admin, Maxwell, Oler Martinez, Carrizales, Shear, Daly, and our faculty, our school board, Dr. Cole, for the privilege that it is to speak at this joyous ceremony, here at the end of your 13-year journey. We also need to recognize the care and support for you from not only these individuals, but also especially from your family and friends who have been beside you as you have achieved this great accomplishment. Please join me in thanking them with a round of applause. Many of you have been students in my class, and you know that I'm a man of few words. But only on Mondays, right? And the rest of the week, and the rest of the time, you'll get many stories from me because I love to share my own experiences with my students, and I plan to do that one last time for you tonight. You see, life is a journey, and the memories we make along the way rarely occur only at the journey's end. For me, my journey to becoming a teacher passed through many trials and stresses, but I've always been able to look to the examples of the strong persons of character that have been my educators along the way. I remember the life lessons I learned from my own senior math teacher, Mr. Benson, where he shared with us about anyone can change his or her path in life for better, and that you are never too old to spend quality time with your grandparents and elder relatives. I patterned some of my own interactions with students after the way my religion studies teacher, Mr. Herring, interacted with us. He displayed understanding and positive demeanor regularly, and acted good-naturedly when dealing with the teenage antics of high school students. I seek to emulate Dr. Peterson as a commanding leader in the classroom, being exact, precise, and perfectionistic, and I admire the way he was able to make me and my fellow classmates meet his high standards and perform beyond levels that we believed we could achieve in ourselves. These teachers left a mark in my life that I may never soon forget. In the same way, you guys, the class of 2014, have left that same mark on my life. And it is here at the end of our persistence that I stand reflective of the sharpest memories. My journey as a teacher begins with this class. My first year teaching was your 8th grade year at Sierra Vista. I remember teaching many of you while I was there at Sierra Vista. Some of the stories I remember, I remember Victor Ramos eagerly jumping up and being excited to participate in my first classroom activity as a brand new teacher. I'm reminded of the Pythagorean theorem videos as my students created, especially the one where our enterprising ASB president, Andrew Phyllis, flawlessly performed the worm. He was teaching us math. I remember playing against Cody Fernandez, Esteban Salmarón, Marcus Sanchez in the staff student game. And I remember watching Jose Torres clean my smartboard at the end of class every day. You could just delete it and it was fine. I remember the nonchalance of Crystal Alcala and the silliness of Dylan Mahoney as I overacted and fake died in the middle of class one day because I couldn't take anymore. At the end of your 8th grade year, I traveled with you to the high school and experienced with you the year of change. Just to name a few, we saw construction and demolition begin, walls were shifting, new tests were coming, and grizzly time, and longer class periods, and an even longer class day. And through it all, I still carry the memory of the time when I stood on one of the desks in my classroom to capture my students' attention while being the world's most giantest teacher. And Jesus Magallanes drew on the white part of my fresh Converse Chuck Taylors. I'm wearing them right now. And that was the year my wife and I had my son Graydon. And I remember the support from my students and my freshman basketball players as we welcomed him into the world. Your sophomore year, some of you had already been in my math class for 3 straight years. And I remember a conversation I had at the end of that year where I jokingly apologized to Bianca Madrigal for being the only source of math instruction for her for 3 years. As juniors, you started to drive, get jobs, seek education outside of the school through Running Start and YB Tech. Our memorable moments were seeing admin getting pied in the face, right? And the completion of the remodeling of the school meant that you no longer had to walk, and I counted, a half mile to get to lunch, especially from outside of my room, and you could finally be on time to auto shop after PE. And then this year, for me, this is a year to remember. To me, this year marks the completion of a cycle in my career. You've been for me the unintentional culmination of a vision that I've had since I began my own path in teaching. At one of my first interviews post-college, I remember answering the following question: what would be your ideal teaching situation? And I answered that I would like to follow a class from year to year and teach them and see them grow and change. And now looking back in my advisory class, my 8th grade classes, and the other classes that I've taught and the teams that I've coached, my vision has been realized, and I'll forever have those memories. I have many more memories that I could share tonight, but the point I'm trying to make is that we are the culmination of our experiences, and our experiences remind us of who we are and where we can go. So I challenge you, what lessons have you learned in your time here? What will you take with you? You mentioned courtesy, citizenship, accountability, humility. not always the Pythagorean theorem. Will the stories, antics, memories, the lessons of your teachers, of Peabody and of Hewlett and Lindstrand and Allseth and Mr. Dolan, will they go with you? Will you exhibit selflessness, trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, and teach what that means to those who come after you? What will you do with your experiences? We have, and we always will, encourage you to explore, to grow, to adapt and change, to be a teacher in your own way, and to remember to stop from time to time to reflect upon your experiences. You know, to quote a classic movie, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop to look around once in a while, you might miss it. Be adventurous, go explore, write your own story, and when time passes and you come back to share your story with us, gently remind us of the time we spent here at SHS, because you've earned that special place in our hearts that sticks deeper than in our minds. Thank you very much. Congratulations, class of 2014.
The senior boy and girl were voted on by the senior class. This was based on the manner in which each of these students contributed to the success of this class. This year's Outstanding Senior Boy Award for the class of 2014 is Andrew Phyllis. The Outstanding Senior Girl Award for the class of 2014 is Stephanie Anciso.
Andres Marcenas.
Andrew.
Fabian Salazar. Elijah Pena. Daniel Garibay. Talia Borja.
It now gives me great pleasure to present to you the graduating class of 2014.
Thank you all for making this a great graduation ceremony.
Hey, that's my